Hey, hey, Facebook land. Nice to see everybody. Thank you if you're joining me live or catching the replay. I'm just hanging out on my patio. Check out my tomatoes and my banana peppers. Got quite the abundant harvest happening there. I'm pretty excited. I tried one of the banana peppers yesterday, and they're not even spicy at all. So they almost taste like a sweet bell pepper instead. But the tomatoes are so good. There's something different about actually picking a plant out of your own garden than getting it from the grocery store. So, hey Greg, hey Angela, nice to see you. So I am kicking off a new series today called Getting to Know You. And the inspiration behind this came from some work that I did with a coach back in January where I discovered the real me and how important that is to my success in the online world, in my life. And so I just wanted to share that information with everybody on my profile because it's super important to know who you are and what you stand for. So important. And there's lots of different tools and lots of different ways that you can get some insight on your own personality and who you are and what you stand for. I have a system that I use that I was trained by my coach on how to do it. So if anybody's ever interested in that, definitely reach out and I'd be happy to help you with that. It's like this 6-page report with an hour-long conversation, and we talk it out, and I ask questions, and we figure out who you are, and we dive deep into that. But where I started was with figuring out what my values were and what I stand for. That was super important to me to just, understand what keeps me up at night and what drives me. So there was some questions that I asked myself when it came down to figuring out what my values were. And first of all, the obvious, what's the most important thing to you? What do you stand for? What do you crave in your life? What keeps you up at night? What drives you to get up every morning and go for it and get her done? So for my top 3 values are freedom, impact, and playfulness. So freedom was really one of the ones that changed my life a lot. So a year ago, I was working 15-hour days, 7 days a week, chained to my desk. I had created a job for myself, and I was miserable. I hated it. And I didn't have any freedom. I couldn't go to some of the most important events in my life. I was skipping out on family events because I had to work and all this stuff, right? So when I realized that freedom was one of my top values, I changed the way I work, and I changed the way I work with my clients. I changed my service packages. I changed everything about my business. And now I work like 20 hours a week. I get to hang out on my patio most of the time. I get to work with people that I absolutely love. I get to go on adventures and road trips and go play and do all sorts of fun stuff. I'm going on a retreat in a couple of weeks. So it's really changed the way that I work and show up in the world. Just by knowing that I crave freedom and that's one of my top values, I was able to switch things around so that I could have that freedom. My second top value is impact. I am obsessed with having a positive impact on the world and creating a ripple effect of change. So I live, sleep, eat, and breathe impact. It's what I think about all the time. It's what keeps me up at night. I dream about it. And so knowing that, I am always thinking of ways that I can create positive impact. And so I create products and services that create that impact. I work with solopreneurs to help empower them to have that impact. Anything that I can do and show up in service that creates that kind of impact, I am focused on that. And then my third top value is playfulness. I love to have a good time. I like to have fun. And so by going on adventures, going and playing every day. We often go and we'll float the channel here in Penticton with the boys. We go on road trips. There's all sorts of things that we do that are super fun. They don't take a lot of time, but it also ties back into that freedom lifestyle too. But I get to have fun and play and do it all. And once I figured out what my top 3 values were, it changed my life so much for the better. So I would love to know what your top 3 values are. If you drop those in the comments, I'd love to hear that. And if you don't know, then reach out. We can help you dive into that and figure out what those top values are, and maybe see where there's some tweaks you can make in your life to get you more in alignment with those values. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions or comments, if you're catching the replay, please let me know in the comments and I will come back and answer. Hope you have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.